Hi guys, I'm in my office vlogging. I was vlogging in the car and I was showing you something which I'll put up over my face right now, and what you're seeing is a pickup truck that has a jet ski bungeed to the bed of it. Oh my god, I just not even thinking that's a good idea at all. Anyway, we'll make that go away. I haven't vlogged all week, and I haven't put up last week's vlogs yet either, because this has been the crappiest week ever. It started out good. It did. I started making soap last weekend, and that was going pretty good. I made a batch on Saturday, which I was so proud of, and actually this is one of the bars from it. I hope you can see that. And there's the top, and it smells good. It's goat's milk soap, and this one has a kind of an herbally kind of sort of citrusy scent. This one does. And then Sunday, Erin was home from work, so we were going to make soap together. And I told her, I said, well, I'm going to do the lie part and you can watch, and that way you won't get hurt and you can watch and see how to do it so you can do it next time. And she's like, okay. So she was standing like 3 feet away from me. I was at the counter and she was over by the washer. So between her face and where the soap making activity was going on, it was almost 3 feet. It was pretty close to it. And so I'm mixing the lye into the soap, and I've got the beater going, and I told her, I said, now be careful, because if this comes up, it's going to splash. Well, as soon as I did that, she grabs her face, and I'm like, what? Because I didn't see anything happen. I'm watching the soap, making sure that I'm keeping the blender in there, and she grabs her face, and I'm like, what's going on? And she goes, it got in my eye. Now, keep in mind, you guys have seen my daughter. She wears big glasses like this, and somehow one little microscopic piece like this magically came out. I did not even see it splash. I didn't feel it splash on me or anything, but a piece came out, went behind her glasses, and got her in the eye on the bottom lid, under the bottom lid. So she runs around me and puts her head under the sink, and I'm panicking, but I've got hot lye here, so I've got to do something with it. I can't just leave it. So she's washing her eye out, and I'm right here, and I'm finishing the soap, and I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? And of course she can't assess herself yet, because she's, trying not to drown with her head in the sink. And I'm starting to feel like a terrible mom, because I just got done telling her, we got to be careful with this, and put your glasses on, make sure, your eyes are covered, and the vinegar's there, and blah, 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 and explaining everything to her. And this happens, and I'm like freaking out. So I'm trying to hurry up and get this soap to do its thing, and I add the goat's milk and chocolate into it, and I'm mixing it up, and I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't get too hot and burn. But I'm thinking, I know it's too hot, but I got to watch her, and I got to make sure the soap hurries up, because you got to make sure the lye is dead, otherwise the soap is hot, and then you got to let the soap sit. Anyway, it's a long story, but needless to say, she finished after about 15 minutes washing her eye out. We put a cold bag on it, and she's like, I think it's okay, but I'm not sure. And so she's sitting there, and then I don't know if something blew, like the air came on like it just did, and blew her, and then her eye started to tear. And so I'm like, and we just kind of waffled for a minute, and then I ended up taking her to the ER, because I'm like, you know what, this is your eye, we're not going to take a chance. So we go to the ER, and at this point we're both a little more calm, because her eye is feeling better, the redness is going away, but she feels like, there's something in it, which is normal. And so they get us back to the ER, and luckily, as luck would have it, because this ER has a child's ER, and she's technically not 18, we get to go on the children's side, which is kind of cool, because there's like turtles and junk all over and whatnot. And so we're sitting there talking, and we explain to the nurse what happened, and they call the chemical people and ask them what to do. Well, the doc comes in and takes a litmus test in her eye with a little piece of paper. They put numbing drops in her eye, and then the litmus, and she blinks and grabs the litmus paper with her eye, which was a little funny. We all got a laugh out of that, but it ended up being normal, so she did the right thing, and her eye was fine. It was fine. But the doc wanted to check just to make sure there wasn't any major abrasions or anything, so she put this dye in her eye that's clear. In regular light you can't see it, but then when you put black light over it, it's kind of like that rave green color. So she's looking at her eye and she goes, oh yeah, there it is. And she goes, come here, Mom. So I went over there and she showed me with the black light, and Erin's little eye lit up like it had eyeliner around it, and then under in there below the colored part she had this little patch of this iridescent bright rave green color. And I wish I had vlogged that, but I did not, because I was panicking over her, so it didn't click in my head. Oh, hey, get the camera, you know, so your daughter's pain can be immortalized on the internet forever. But in retrospect, we both wish that we had done that, because it would have been cool for you to see. But, however, her eye is fine. She got some little drops for her eye to help heal it up, and she's just fine. But that was the start of my crappy week. I was feeling so bad and guilty about her getting hurt, especially since I had just said we have to be super careful so that we don't get hurt. And then immediately that happened. I was so sad. Well, we get home and she's like, I guess trying to take my mind off it. She's like, well, let's look at the soap, Mom. And I'm like, okay. So we went and looked at the soap, and it was really dark. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm thinking maybe I burnt this soap. I'm not sure. Let's smell it. Well, when we smelled it, it smelled like a dragon's butt. And I'm like, I'm not sure this soap is any good. So I said, let's just wait till morning. It's still hot. Maybe it'll smell better in the morning. So we did that, and the next morning I took it out of the box, and it smelled a little better, but it still kind of smelled like ass. So I was like, I think the soap is gone. I don't know. So I got on my soaping channel on Facebook that I chat with other soapers, and I'm like, this is what happened, and this is what my soap smells like. And they said, just cut it and then leave it alone for a week or two and it'll be fine. And they're all swearing it's going to be fine. But this is what this soap looks like. It's chocolate soap, and that's the top. And it does smell good. It smells like chocolate. And it doesn't smell like dragon butt anymore. So I'm happy. I'm hoping that that one will be fine. I haven't used it yet because I'm letting it cool. I mean, the lye is gone out of it. You could use it on your body right now, but I want to make sure it smells good. So we sliced this soap, and it still stinks. So I'm like, well, let's just leave it set, and maybe it'll smell better, you know, because that's what everybody's telling me, is that the soap is going to smell better once I let it set. So I'm like, okay, we'll do that. And meanwhile, I'm still feeling guilty, and I'm feeling bad, and this whole job thing isn't working itself out yet, so I'm still part-time. I can't find another part-time job right now because it's too far from Christmas for anybody to be hiring, and you know, it's just, for whatever reason in this area, they're not hiring. And when they see my resume, they're like, okay, she's probably going to want a lot of money. So it's like, they won't even talk to me, and it's frustrating the crap out of me right now. So I'm feeling bad about that also. Feeling bad about Erin getting hurt. Feeling bad about the soap being yucky. And then Tuesday, Erin's car dumps and takes a shit and has to be taken to Kia again for the transmission again. And I just know that her dad is furious about it because it's, you know, her dad's responsibility because his name's on the title and all of this stuff. So she's frustrated, and I'm frustrated, and I know her dad's frustrated, and then he makes her upset, which in turn makes me upset because that's just me. And so now I got a fourth thing on my plate that I'm upset about. Now keep in mind, I can't do anything about any of these things. So, and I know this. I'm a rational person. I know this. But I pile it on the plate anyway because I'm at the pity party of one, and apparently am really hungry. So I put that on the plate. Well, there's another issue that crops up towards the middle end of the week, and makes for a very stressful time at home. And I won't go into detail, but let's just say it's just one of those things that happens when you're married, and it just happens. And so I piled that on the plate, and so now I'm pissed about this thing that I'm not going to talk about. So that's on my plate. And then I'm like, he's sleeping with the fan on and I don't want to argue, so I sleep on the couch. So then I wake up, well, I try to sleep. Let me back up. I try to sleep on the couch, but my brain is going because of all this crap, all these things that are attacking me that I can't help, and I can't, for whatever reason, shirk them off like I normally might. And so I can't sleep. So smart me is like, well, I'm just going to have a glass of wine. And so I have a glass of wine, and then I have another glass of wine. Well, then about 2:30 in the morning, I finally slosh to the couch and try to go to sleep, which takes about 4 seconds, because at that point I've had half a bottle of wine. So it's easy to sleep now. But then I wake up feeling like crap the next day. So that being my day off, which I was supposed to be productive and get all last week's videos up so that I could have time to do stuff for this week, which I haven't done yet, doesn't happen because I feel like crap the whole week, or the whole day. So I'm taking it easy. Erin's taking it easy. Her dad lets her borrow his car while her car's in the shop. So we finally get going, and we go up to school and make sure all her school stuff is taken care of, which it is. Thankfully, that's one good thing that did happen this week, so that's okay. So about 3 o'clock, I'm feeling a little better, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to cook tonight. So I make a meal, and it's a good meal, so I guess that cancels out another bad thing. So, but then it gets trumped later that evening when I find out information that in the back of my head I already knew, but I didn't want to know, but I asked anyway. And then that pissed me off, so it kind of canceled out the good thing a little bit. And I've thrown that one away. That one's fine. It's like, whatever, it's done, it can't be undone. That's fine. So today is slightly better. Unfortunately, Erin had to go to her dad's this weekend when I really could have used her here, because she always cheers me up. But she left me this cool note. It says, "Mommy, I will see you Sunday. I love you very much. Mwah." And she drew me a little kitty face. So, yeah, I came home to that, and that made me happy. So, hopefully next week will go better. And hopefully I will get some more stuff to make soap, because I'm really dying to make some more soap. And I hope that this wasn't too boring. I hope it was somewhat entertaining, that I had to tell you all about my crappy week, because sometimes it just happens and there's nothing you can do about it, and all you can do is either choose to wallow, which is what I did most of the week, and that just makes you feel like shit. So why do that? So I'm going to go forward from today and decide that I'm not going to wallow anymore. I'm done. I'm over it. Nothing that happened can be undone. So it is what it is, and we're going to go forward. And hopefully it'll quit raining outside so I can quit having a crappy hair day. It's been a week of crappy hair days. That's okay. It's just, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to let you go, and you guys have a fabulous weekend, and I'm going to think up something for Sunday's video, because I haven't done that yet either. So I will talk to you later.